Ew, guys! I told you not to scream. Like, literally 2 seconds after hitting the freaking record button.
Shush. This is YouTube. Screaming gets you views.
Yeah, okay. But I just didn't want you to scream. Literally the first second of the video. Okay? Okay. Ew, guys. Today we're going to be playing more of the Stanley Parable. Also, yeah, the reason why I haven't been recording for the past few days is because we were doing stuff. Stuff. Okay, now let's begin the game. Last time we did a weird ending. And yeah, it was actually pretty weird. Come on. Oh, dang. Why does it not load? Like, I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, the end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is loading. Technically, you know, maybe that's a metaphor for life. The entire loading of the end is just life. You know? It's like our life is just loading to the point where we all die.
Stop it.
Or it could just be a funny quote.
This is the story of a
Okay, we already know. Okay. Now I do another ending. Different endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. We already know this. Unless you didn't watch the last video. Well, you should if you want. I mean, you don't have to. But you should.
I need views.
When Stanley came to a
Yeah,
set
yeah,
of doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, last time I did this one, I completely disregarded every single one of his rules, so I'm gonna follow his rules, but then not follow his rules. Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. This time I think I'm gonna go... Also, yes, I'm just going to make a one video on the broom closet. It'll be next Stanley Parable episode.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs to not my boss's office we go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying, and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, what?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. He found it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Okay.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Davis,
Huh? Yeah?
how do you like green eggs and ham?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real.
God.
I must be.
Davis.
Can anyone hear
Yeah?
my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Stanley is
Went black.
going through depression.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Who's Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Okay.
She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
We're dead.
But on this particular day, her
What?
work was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
What?
down, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What?
Though she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
What is it
This
saying?
she knew. Everyone knows
I'll
what
tell
crazy
you.
people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
What?
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
What?
With very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. So, Monty.
Yeah.
Stanley was saying to himself that he was in a dream,
Yeah.
and then he started screaming,
Okay.
and then he woke up, and it said, "This is a story of a man named," whatever I said, whatever her name was, and she was doing her normal thing until saw a man running around in circles screaming at himself, and then suddenly collapsed onto the floor. So I was confused. Like, crap.
Mariella?
Yeah, Moriella.
What the...
All of his co-workers were gone.
What are you playing?
The Stanley
Stanley
Parable,
decided to
like,
go to the
I
meeting.
think.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, Mr. Memo then. I didn't know.
When Stanley came to a set
Okay,
of
I
two
have to.
open
I want
doors,
to do
he entered the
something
door
on.
his
I'm just
left.
gonna try to finish all the things on this route, and then I'll try to deny him.
Yet there was not a single person here
Some.
either.
Yes.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
closet.
up to his boss's office. Hoping he'd coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is it hoping he'd come up to the staircase? Because it played the one thing. And then...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer
What?
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. I love that little beep sound effect. It's amazing. Dios mío, perfecto. Loading.
Zooming deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yes. You see it or not. Okay, Monty.
You done?
No. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna edit this part out. Don't move my character. Unless I edit them like go. I mean, I'm trusting it.
Okay.
Monty, I hear you.
Hi.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Please, actually, Monty.
Okay.
Are you really gonna do that?
I'm fine. Go to the bathroom.
Monty, are you really going to do it? Are
Go
you
to
going
the
to?
bathroom.
Are you going to do it?
Bathroom.
Are you going to do it?
Bathroom.
Monty,
I won't touch anything.
are you being serious?
Yeah.
Are you touching it?
No.
Okay, I trust you.
Okay.
You had a button. You're dead to me.
Okay.
You're dead to me.
Okay.
You're dead to me.
I know.
You're dead to me.
Thank you.
I hate you.
Alright guys, hello, and welcome to the Halftime Show. Today on the Halftime Show, we have an amazing showcase of our environment. The first thing that we're going to be showcasing to you is this state-of-the-line cable wire. You'll notice that it is very, very efficient at being concealed, as it's completely fucking black. You see, when things are completely black, you can hide them underneath your floors and in shadowy areas, and no one will ever think to look there. Here we have this W-shaped hole in the ground. We don't know why that's there, And here we have these pipes. As you can tell, this is a very boring area. If we come over here, we can't see crap because there's so many freaking shadows. However, if we look over there, there's light. A lot of light.
Mommy, are you still being dead to me? Are you still doing it?
No. We didn't even touch it.
You're dead to me.
I didn't even touch
You're
it.
still dead to me.
It's in the same place
You're
as
still
it was.
freaking dead to me.
I guarantee you I did not get on that computer.
You're dead to me still.
Dude. Alright.
How?
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go.
Stanley walked
Ah!
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. I'm escape instead.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Huh? I don't want to die though.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Is Stanley depressed? Like, seems like he's doing things. But, like, okay, that was a weird noise. Okay, it's loading. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he
Ah,
reflected that his life had
dang
been of no
it.
consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into
Huh?
the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
Who are
killing
you?
him instantly.
I don't like you. I still don't like you. The Stanley Parable. I can't. Okay, I
And
can.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay, I don't know what's happening. What? Nope, I can't go back. Huh? What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you
What?
see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he
Oh.
hit start?
I guess that kind of is true to life. There's no way. What is this? Office layout. It's a blueprint. Hmm. Corridor. And the two doors. Is this like their testing room? Office computers. Someone actually working. Someone playing poker. I think it's poker. Or whatever that's called. I don't know. What are these? Button sounds.
What are you doing?
I have no idea what this ending is. The office is... This is just a cubicle. I really have no idea what this is. Credits. These are original music. Wow. How do I get out of here? Maintenance room. Printer. Face in a box. Am I going crazy? Maybe just green light. Or like steam green? A war zone. Was that gonna be like a place or something? Huh? I have... What is this? The lounge. The office stuff. Is that a phone? The apartment timer. I never saw that. How do I get out of here? I want to leave. Here, wait, there's one. This your vents? There's a vent. What? Confusion ending. What even is the maintenance room? Monty?
I have no idea.
Where's the maintenance room? Is this the maintenance room?
Do you think I have the Stanley Parable map memorized?
I mean, I did for some time. I do not remember this. Is down here the end? Can it be the end? Yes? No. Of course not. Oh. Well, you can hear all the outtakes. How do I leave? Do I just have to restart the game? Oh, begin the game again. Okay, that was weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the heck is a maintenance room? Is this a
When
maintenance room?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Where's the vent? Is there a vent? Wait, actually, I want to try to do something. Okay. Where are we? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, you can get onto this. And then wait. There's a thing if you... Okay, yeah, there's a thing that we can do. You saw that I just got up onto it. There's a thing that's a part of. How did I do that before? Yes. See? Look. Boom! Monty!
What?
At
What'd you
first,
do?
Out of the
Stanley
game!
assumed he'd broken the map.
Yep.
Until he
Alright.
heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its
Well then.
insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are you sick of this gag yet? No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
We'll obviously have to do it again because it was building that up so much that you really can't. Monty, help. I'm
What?
legitimately freaked out.
Why are there papers everywhere?
Someone
I'm
was
freaked out.
following Stanley. He was sure of
What?
it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Okay, no. Okay, I'm legitimately freaked out. Monty,
Uh-huh.
it just said there was someone following Stanley. And if he were to look over, he would find them right now.
Well then.
I don't want to do that.
I'm just playing. It's fine.
I don't want to do
It's not a
that.
horror game.
I don't want to do that though. I don't want to be their freaking FNAF sister location thing in there. I think that's a thing. Okay, Monty, I have an idea.
What?
Okay, I look in that direction, okay?
Okay. Alright.
And you do it.
Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Alright. Okay.
Is it behind me?
There is literally nothing.
Do you look behind me?
Yes, there is legitimately nothing.
I know, but I'm freaked out.
There's nothing. I've played this ending before, there's nothing.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing.
How have you played this before?
I've played Stand the Grapple before, like all the endings. I just a really long time ago. I know that there's no jump scares.
Yeah, but I'm freaked out. Oh, he's not making dialogue. It's freaking me out,
When
man.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, actually, how long have we been recording? Not too long. Okay. I think I'm really gonna do one of denying him.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the
Ooh,
opposite
maintenance
door,
room.
and got back on track.
Is that the Vin? Also, it said way too confusion ending. So let's do that. Wait. What did he say to do? Go down here? I don't think he would have.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay, not supposed to be here, are we?
Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Sure about that? Oh, we're here again.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. From the top, as the narrator says.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, also, you know something that's weird? For some reason, I can't imagine the narrator not being a wizard. And in like a wizard's robe or like a long beard. We're going in a gigantic loop, aren't we?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I'm okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I remember this one's pretty long, I believe.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yep, it's worse.
Wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Molly?
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to go back the other direction. No, I don't think that was there before.
You're like confused, I think.
Nope.
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Yeah, this
No,
is...
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
How is that even... What? Okay, for real. This breaks all laws of coding. How? What? Okay, you see, there's a door here, right? But if we walk back here, no door. Well, then why isn't there a gigantic thing here? Then what? I'm so confused. Ooh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this
I like
time.
it.
I have to restart.
Yeah, this is gonna end bad. Like, really bad. Why is the microphone all the way over here? The microphone was like 5 feet away.
All right,
So
I've got a
download
solution.
control line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Well, I kind of want to go forward. Then again, that'd probably just hand me into a normal ending, so nope. Okay, if you...
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ah. It's really people need, though.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Let me just put my face into the dirt. Yeah, okay. I've tasted the soil. It's pretty delicious.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Line, I think you got messed up, bro. Really?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna get worse,
You know
isn't
what,
it?
Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, no, not you again.
Try.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, let's see what our adventure will take place. Huh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How
Thanks.
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny
Nice.
awaits. Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Wait, what?
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
What?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Okay. So I think we've been recording for a long time now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to end the video. So, okay guys, that would be it for today's episode of the Stanley Parable. A bunch of weird things happened. I think we died, and then like we went on an adventure. We got the confusion ending. We got crushed to death, I think. A lot of stuff happened. But I will see you guys on the next video of whatever I make. Looks like we started family, because I haven't did one of those in a long time. Yeah.